Hey there builders, it is Dajawe here again with another video in my Blocksworld Decoded series. This one we're going to be dealing with these action volume blocks, trigger blocks. They're called trigger blocks. And there's two different kinds. There's a green one and a purple one, although you can change the color in game to do different things. The green one is attachable to blocks, and I will go over that here in a minute. I also call the green one a glue block. For fold and phantom modeling, which I'll go over in another video, but I needed to do this one first because, well, you can't go over fold modeling without going over what the action blocks do or the trigger blocks do. So to be specific, right, so we've got a little wheel here, and when I turn the wheel on, it turns, okay? And that's just done with a signal. Setup's pretty easy. The base block's just frozen. The actual wheel doesn't do anything. It's the motor underneath that has the turn. So when I press on the button and it's red, it turns to green. When I tap it, when it's green, it turns to red. And then the green does turn, which then sends over to the motor. Pretty easy setup. What I've also done to show you one thing that these trigger volumes can do, trigger blocks, is that when the hero, and remember, always tag your heroes, ladies and gentlemen, you will be a lot happier doing it that way, and it gives you some specific options. I will go over I have a tagging video. It's not very good. I did it a couple of years ago, so I'll redo my tagging video and go over the importance of them. Anyway, so when your hero tag is within that volume, it's going to send turn, okay? And I can actually do that with the other one as well, which I will put on the other side, just to separate them. So remember, green is on the left, purple's on the right. Replace those. And check it out. So when I'm inside the green one, right, which is right here, it has a tendency to sometimes mess with the camera, but you can see that sending the signal and it is turning. Okay, and I'm outside of it and the signal is not sending, so it's not turning. And then when I enter the purple one, which is around here somewhere, it is turning again. Sorry for the double volume. So other uses include, and that's pretty much it for the purple one. It's meant to trigger game events or game storylines or whatever. That's pretty much it for the purple one, so we'll just get rid of you. Now the green one can do something else pretty cool. And the reason why I call it a glue block is if I reduce it down here, I've got, or I had anyway. So let's say I wanted a handle on this, which for the size it is now, it actually just sticks anyway. So it's not really that big of a deal. But in order to illustrate what this actually does is I'm going to raise this up. So when I play this and I turn this, the block's just going to fall off. And there are several uses for this. Not the least of which being fold and phantom modeling. But what you can do is actually use it to attach your block to something else. So like right now, the only thing between the handle piece and the wheel is that trigger block. And one thing I'm going to show you, which I didn't learn until relatively recently, is that when you do that, it actually glues them together. So that is going to essentially just attach anything, and I could put anything up here. I could, let's say, put a flower. Okay, and I could put a flower, and the flower is going to turn once I take the freeze off of it. The flower is going to turn with the wheel, and you could use this for a ton of different things, just an absolute ton, which is great because you could do different modeling. You could do different effects in a house. You can make things ghost-like. You can just do an absolute ton of stuff with these blocks. So what I wanted to do also was show you something else that you can do. And the one thing I do like about these blocks is they're not locked, if that makes any sense. So I can have this, I can actually model it inside of something else, inside of another block, without having to worry about it messing anything up. So there we go. So I can have this sitting in here quite happily, and when you play, it's invisible, so you can't see it. Now, what I can do is that when the hero tag is within it, I can make it send out a different signal, right? And we're going to call this one first person for good reasons. Let's do it the way I usually do it. First person. Okay. So now when I should have set this up a little bit better sooner, but we'll do it just quickly because you're not going to see the color. So Dajawe's original color is that, and then when we receive the signal for first person, we are going to make him a slightly lighter shade because, again, you're not going to see it. And then we're going to go into actions. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually get out of this, which I'm hoping I can do here in the next couple of minutes. So now, when you start out, you've got your normal thing here, and then when you enter the building, it goes into first person, right? And I'm not a huge fan of first person. I think it's hard to get around. But when you come out, see, here's my issue. So what you would need to do, and I can do this quite happily, is you would have another block. And you can do this one with purple too. This one doesn't actually matter. But basically you would just have another block. And in this one, when the hero goes into it, it'll send a different signal. We'll send normal view. And then when this receives normal view, it's going to change him back to his original color. But I've also got to... That should work on its own. I don't think you need any other qualifiers for it. See, you're going into first person when you're in the building, and then when you leave, it should go right back out to normal view. Again, normal view. If anybody gets that, please leave in the comments where you know it from. I know, but it's something my family and I would get, and that's about it. So again, you go in and you go into first person. So it would take a much bigger building to be useful, but I just wanted that as an example. And then when you leave, it comes back to normal view. So that is pretty much it for the trigger blocks that I have so far. I am going to expand upon them a little bit when I do my fold and phantom modeling video. Probably not going to be until later in the week, but I'll see what I can do on it. Anyway, I hope this helps. Like, subscribe, and bell this channel. I will be putting out videos, probably 1 or 2 a week when I have time. Be sure to go into Blocksworld and search for me. My name is Dajawe, D-A-J-A-W-E. Be sure to follow me and bookmark some of my games. Check them all out. I like them all because, well, I made them. But some of them are actually pretty cool to other people. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, like it if you like it. Dajawe out.